Okay, so this is another crazy slash weird story. This one's, as you can tell, is called Naked Creepy Old Man. That's the best I could do. I have no other way to explain it. This is a weird one. This one's weird. So, in the last two videos, I just want to address this. In the last two videos, the audio is messed up. It panned to the left. It was a problem on my end. I have a stereo microphone, and OBS needed me I basically have to turn it to mono on OBS in order for it to come out stereo. So a little weird, but I had to do that. And so yeah, let's start. This took place around 2016, 2017. Crazy years. I had to have been, again, about a sophomore or a junior around this time. Freshman or sophomore, maybe. And this story involves me and my buddy Wyatt and a large group of us. We had a large group of friends over at my buddy's place, my buddy Wyatt's place that night. And his place was kind of the spot to go. We'd drink, we'd smoke. So as a disclaimer, I want to state, we were kind of partying and stuff, but I didn't hallucinate this or anything like that. And also my buddy Wyatt experienced this with me. So it's not like this was a fucking, for those of you who don't smoke, just alerting you. I know I was impaired, but I wasn't like out of reality. Okay. All right. So yeah. So none of us were comfortable driving, but we had the munchies and we had to go to McDonald's. All right, we had to go. So we all bite the bullet. We're like, fuck it, let's go. And we had a large group of us. We're like, let's just walk there. And so we begin walking, and there's a shortcut to get to where we need to go. It cuts the time in half it cuts the time by like 10 minutes. It's like the best shortcut ever to get to this specific street. And so it was only a couple houses down where we had to turn to take this shortcut. So we had to cut through this apartment complex. Now, these apartments, they're like these brick buildings. They're about 3 stories tall, red brick. Kind of ugly to look at. There's just plain red brick buildings. And there's actually a backstory with these. This is relevant. So these apartments weren't always apartments. They were converted into apartments and refurbished and all that. This place actually used to be, I can't remember if it's World War II or the Korean War, but this used to be an infirmary for wounded, soldiers. They'd get sent back home, and this is where they went, and there was a lot of deaths. Unfortunately, a lot of people died there. And so this place always kind of spooked us out, It's just kind of always spooky, but it was our shortcut. All right, we had to take it. And it was nighttime. We had to walk through this thing. And there's just like this negative feeling to it because, I mean, it's not a dangerous place to walk at all, but it's a sketchy place. There's always cops going down there and shit. Shit happens down there. We're like, fuck it, we're walking through this. We need to get to McDonald's. So we're walking through this place, and we follow this path, and towards the end of this path that we take for our shortcut, it spits us out at our landmark. All right, we had this little landmark to remind us where I knew this. Me and Wyatt knew this way by heart, but our other friends, this was their. We told them that was a landmark, and it's this dumpster. And somebody it was during the election time period and shit. It was after the elections this story took place, but someone during the elections spray painted on the dumpster Hillary's ballot box. So we always thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, we we that was our landmark. We'd tell everybody you look for Hillary's ballot box. They'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And we'd be like, you'll see it, you can't miss it. Anyways, so we get through there, and where that dumpster is, it spits us out into like this strip mall thing. And so the McDonald's is in the parking lot of this strip mall. The parking lot's huge. This little strip mall, it's not like clothes stores or anything like that. It's like not a mall at all. The best way I could describe it is a strip mall, but really what it was is like Dollar General, like a little pet store, general goods, things like that, like a couple restaurants maybe. And so that's what it was. And where it spits us out at, where that dumpster is, that's where it splits. So the strip mall's like, you know how strip malls are, they just keep going. But right here there's like an alley, there's like a driveway. And this is because there was a tire shop on one side of the alley, and they needed people to drive in to get into the garage, right? And to go around and drive into the garage. Well, eventually they just kind of connected the thing into the apartment parking lots that we took. So it was also like an exit through there. And yeah, you could split, you could go in either direction, and it would take you depending on where you needed to go, it took you there. But we needed to go to McDonald's, and we had to go straight. And so, okay, so this is where the creepy stuff happens. All right, context out of the way, perfect. Across from the tire shop, there's an abandoned store. I don't know what it was before. I don't remember, but it's abandoned at this point, right? Right in the alley. So there's the alley. Here's the tire shop, and here's the abandoned store. And we walk in. We kind of split up, right? When you have a large group, you're not like walking all together as a group. You kind of pick your buddy and you walk. And so I was with my buddy Wyatt, and we were talking and walking, and we both looked at that. We were like, let's go look in there. So there's this door, and on the door there's a window, and it was big enough for us to both kind of have our heads fit in and peek into there. So we're like, let's go fucking look at that. That shit looks creepy in there. It's pitch black in there, man. Let's go look. So we kind of jog up there, kind of leaving the group a little bit, and they're all walking ahead of us. I don't even think they noticed we were going. We were the only two. We were like, let's go fucking check this thing out, right? And so we peek our heads in, and this is fucking weird. Okay, so this thing was spooky looking inside. So to paint a picture in your mind, it was like this. Okay, so when you looked in, there was a big room, and it was pitch black in there. You could hardly see in that big room. So we're peeking in, and straight ahead is this doorway, right? And the only reason we could see in there is because there was this creepy, like, you know those red light bulbs? Those just the all red light bulbs that you can screw in. It was one of those, but it was really dark. And this is kind of like the creepy part. It almost looked like in this hallway, right? It's all dark red and shit. It almost looked like a little head popped out and then went away. And me and my buddy White, we looked at you. We're like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck? That's weird. Like, holy shit. And we looked in, and we we're like, okay, we brushed that off because, it was just too dark to tell. And we were just kind of like talking. We were like, dude, this is like a weird spot. And we kind of were doing like what ifs. Like, we were like, dude, this is kind of like haunted or something. There's probably some fucking serial killer shit going on in here. And I shit you not, as we're talking about this is what we saw. It looked like, imagine a really skinny, very fleshy, hunkered over, like hunchbacked old man, just completely bald. And you could tell it had like fair skin, like really pale skin, as much as you could see in that light, and it was hunkered over and it was walking through, and it was walking really slowly, kind of wobbly like, and it had its hands kind of like the Michael Jackson fucking Thriller. And you know what it looked like? Actually, I could pull it up for you. This is exactly what it looked like. It looked like this motherfucker right here. Alright, this is what it fucking looked like. Let me see if there's a better looking picture. It looked like this. Like, look at that freaky shit. It looked just like fucking that. Okay, so it looked like that. Okay, that's Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth. So if you know that movie, fucking kudos to you. But that freaked us the fuck out, and it was walking slowly through that thing. All right, now granted, the lights were obscuring the face and everything, but it looked like it had like nothing but black for eyes. I couldn't really see a mouth or anything, but it looked like it had a long nose, and it was saggy in the skin. Like I said, the best way I could describe it is a naked, creepy old man. And like, we were like, holy fucking shit. We looked at each other, right? This is what we did after that happened. This was like the span of maybe 15 to 30 seconds, maybe. I don't know. This guy walked across this hallway, and we looked at each other. We did one of these where, and we fucking booked. We dipped, dude. We caught up with the rest of the group. We were like, oh my god, you guys gotta fucking see this. We were, there's a fucking monster in there, you know? We're like freaking the fuck out, and they're like, they didn't believe us, right? And we're like, let's go, come look. And I stood back. I didn't go look again. They didn't see shit. Just me and my buddy Wyatt saw it, and we were like, dude, we saw something. We're you know, like, we 100% fucking saw something. Like, I swear, we should probably try and get in there. I didn't say that, but my buddy, one of the buddies was like, we should try and get in there. And I was like, I swear we saw it. And yeah, so none of them believed us, and to this day, none of them believed us. But to this day, me and Wyatt, we talk about that one. We have no idea what we fucking saw. It looked like Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth. That's what it looked like. It looked like the fucking the despair demons from fucking Dragon Age Inquisition. It was just so weird, man. I could not fucking tell what it was. I have no explanation for it. My rational mind wants to tell me what you're probably thinking too is it's probably just a fucking, it's probably like a tweaker. Tweakers get naked. Tweakers are creepy. Tweakers are skinny. They have saggy skin, right? They're pale. Yeah, I get it. But I don't know. Like, it just the lankiness to it, like how long its arms seemed, how big of a hunch it had. This had to be like, it had to be like the ultimate creepy tweaker. Like a hunchback, long arms, naked, fucking pale, creeping around in a fucking, like, no light source in there. Like, that red light is not enough. Like, it wasn't enough to see anything. Like, if you're in there, even if you're a tweaker, it's a fucking weird place. It's so creepy, just if you're in there just sitting around. And like, what the fuck? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was a tweaker. Maybe it was. But my mind was like, fuck, it was a fucking monster. But I want to be rational about it. I mean, who knows? You know, it could have been just some creepy fucker. But it reminded me. It's funny because it reminded me of. I don't know if you guys ever been like to the Y. I used to go when I was a kid, and there was a when you get done swimming and you go into the locker room to go and get dressed, there was always that fucking old man, naked as all hell, with his saggy balls and his saggy cock, fucking dragging across the floor, and just putting on his clothes and shit. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like, a naked, creepy old man from YMCA. That maybe that'll be the title, but yeah, freaked us out, and I'll never forget that because it was one of those stories where it was just like, oh my god, the setting was just right. We were already kind of spooked walking through this fucking old infirmary, that we were like, it's got to be haunted and shit. And then right adjacent to it is this fucking abandoned store with a creepy, dimly lit fucking red light and a fucking naked, creepy old man walking around. I mean, what are the odds of all that? But you know, I have no idea. But yeah, I still talk about that one to this day. I tell people and they don't really believe me. That's fine. I wouldn't believe it either if I heard it from someone else. But it was definitely one of those weirder stories. One that is just like, ugh, it's kind of like gives me chills thinking about it sometimes. But yeah, so that was another crazy weird story. This one was a little more mild as well. I'm starting off with my mild ones. I'm saving up the good crazy ones. I got some crazy stories in the future coming. I think I mentioned it in the last video. I've got fucking weird people stories. I've got like crazy people, you know, shootings, fucking shit in the sky, fucking. I have a little bit of a paranormal experience. You know, I'll tell that one sometime. But yeah, there's plenty more to come. Don't worry, I've got a lot more. Mostly about weird people and weird encounters with people. And very dangerous situations as well. I've got a couple of those. But yeah, this is a part of my crazy, epic, weird fucking stories. Hope you guys liked it. I hope the audio is better. Let me know. Let me know if I need to change anything. I'm sorry if I ramble and I'm kind of scatterbrained. I'm also sorry for the cuts that are going to be in this video. There was some shit popping up on my fucking screen and it threw me off and I didn't want to get it in the way. So there's going to be some cuts here and there, but sorry about that. But yeah, so just let me know. And that was Naked Creepy Old Man. See you next time.